Welcome to the BVTV Network, coming to you from the UK studios of BizVision. I'm your host, Malcolm Gallagher. This is episode 3 in the BVTV Selling from Your Comfort Zone trilogy with sales expert and author of this great book, Selling from Your Comfort Zone. Hello for the final time, Stacey Hall.
Oh, Malcolm, it's so great to be back with you. I love your questions and I love your viewers, so thank you.
Well, I'm really enjoying it. By the way, this book is going to stay by my bedside for a long time because it really is. It's just so enlightening and so much of today. Now, we arrive at the final part in your ABC formula and the final episode in this trilogy, which I'm sure people will view again and pass on to colleagues, as well as buy your book. We're at the C for consistency. Tell us why it's important and how to go about delivering it.
Well, consistent action allows us to be able to go from the beginning stages where we're not quite sure if we're doing it right to being able to keep improving and perfecting. So that's the obvious. What we want to make sure, though, is, Malcolm, that we're not consistently bugging people, right? We don't want to be that pushy person. Consistent action is 3 things: building an audience, engaging the audience, and then selling to the audience once trust is built up. And you mentioned, I believe it was in our second part interview, about the building of relationship first. Salespeople can put that pushy title over to the side if they don't go in selling. So this consistent action, first we build our audience. We do the research of who is likely to need what I am offering. Who are the people or the company departments, not even the company departments that have a problem that what I'm selling will solve. I want to make that list. I don't want to make the list of the 100 people, who are within a 3 feet circle of me or who are breathing. That list goes into the trash. I start thinking about what problem can I solve and who has that problem, or what company departments would have that problem. Then, thank goodness for the internet, it is so easy to find people like that. Yes. If it's a company department, LinkedIn is a great source of titles, right? People who put their title with their name on their LinkedIn profile, and then how to connect with them through their company. It's pretty friggin' easy to be able, but I was going to say, it is so easy to be able to find corporate department heads, if that's your audience and you know what their problem is. For individuals, if you're in direct to consumer sales, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, follow hashtags back to the people who are posting about solving these problems, because we're not the only ones anymore posting about solving problems. The people who are following those people are your audience too. They're your audience too. Make connections with those folks. And in my book, I explain how to do that without being a pushy person. Once you've started building the audience, now you want to be able to give them something for free. Something that will make their life easier right away, that they don't have to buy, that will give them a taste of you. So these are the consistent actions. Build, create something you can offer. Maybe on LinkedIn, it's a newsletter filled with tips. Maybe on Facebook, it's a group where you invite people to get your tips. Maybe it's a free consult. Maybe it's an ebook. Something that you can offer with solutions, not a brochure that promotes your product or service. This is, I just have some tips I want to offer to you. Questions that you might want to consider as you're making your decision. things that have value to the person because it helps them solve the problem with your help.
Mm.
Now, once you've been offering that, and they start to ask you questions, because they will, if you sit back and just wait. Like if I sat back and just waited, you'd ask me another question, Malcolm, right? It's just, that's what they're going to do. If they're interested at all, they'll ask questions. Don't have up here that they're going to say no and you're ready to pounce with how to overcome that objection. Instead, wait, open your mind, listen to the question. If you really are in alignment with your product or your service, you don't have to be prepared. You'll already know how to respond because it's your passion.
Yeah.
And
I love that point you just said about listen, by the way. Let's just re-emphasize. Somebody once had said to me, Malcolm, you've got 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Yeah.
Use them in that order. But we don't listen attentively, do we?
For salespeople, it's because they've been taught not to listen. They've been taught to be prepared, to be armed and ready to respond and react, not to sit back, because they've been told that if you sit back and wait, the customer or the prospective customer has the control. Well, guess what? They do anyway. It's like, why don't we give them their due? They're the ones with the money. They've got the control. But I don't have to look at them as an enemy. And I don't have to look at how am I going to get into their purse. No, just tell me, what do you need to have solved? Let me see if I can solve it for you. That's what they want to hear. And that's why we're meant to listen as salespeople.
I want to squeeze one last little thing. We've only got a minute left on the whole of our trilogy. I want to squeeze the last bit in there. I got a sales blurb thing today from a company that's saying, tough times, you've got to hustle the buyer, which I'm just believing that this is coming down from a lot of the top, where people don't know how to sell there, and they're saying, God, sell, we need sales. So Stacey's ABC is brilliant, but it's going to take too long. We want the sales tomorrow. That's not true, is it?
It's not true at all. And in my book, I talk about you can build trust in one conversation. Conversation. If it's a conversation that stands out from all the other people who are being told, go out there, hey, I got something for you. No. Hey, do you have a minute? I want to learn more about your industry, what the problems are that you're having. Would you talk to me and let me see if I've got something that can solve it for you today?
Excellent. Thanks, Stacey. Now, let's give viewers and listeners details of your URL for the final time, which obviously viewers you can see on the screen behind me. But for listeners, let me spell it out again. It's all the W's dot Stacey, 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 Ann, ANN, Hall.com, StaceyAnnHall.com/home. Now, Stacey's book, this one that I've been going on about, and it really is a great book. It's called Selling from Your Comfort Zone, The Power of Alignment Marketing, and it's published by BK, Barrett Kohler Publishers. It really is the book of the moment. So don't let people let you become a cloned salesman. Learn to be a trusted salesman. Across the 3 episodes of her trilogy, Stacey Hall has delivered learning which I suggest will be invaluable for you. Get a book, watch the episodes a few times, share them with friends, but above all, action them. Thanks, Stacey, for a great BVTV trilogy.
It's been my joy and pleasure, Malcolm. Thank you.